Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Back here in Idlestire with Thrun and Arya. To continue the White Mage quest. Child of Lilith. Serenia, your fellow student has had the most astonishing dream. Why don't you tell her about it, Arya? It was so disturbingly vivid. I dreamed of a man who wrought the Nightkin. In a corner of the house in which he hid away from the world, he kept a coffin-like box. Black as night it was, its sides marked with jagged lines of purple. As he watched over it, unblinking, an inquisitor broke through the door with a company of knights. Half the soldiers were ordered to haul the man away to the tribunal, while the other half seized the coffin. The coffin you described is the very image of a Markite tool of containment. 'Tis as if you saw a vision of past events. It was probably just a nightmare brought on by the tales of those memoirs. Well, as things said, your dream is the best lead the memoirs have given us. Let us pay a visit to the tribunal in Ishgard. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, I say. Okay. Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Alonic Inquisitory Doctrine. Serenia, thank the gods. This officious bureaucrat refuses to allow me access to their records. Maybe he will listen to you. Serenia, did you say? What strange coincidence that you bear the same name as... Ah, it is you, in the flesh. My apologies for not recognizing you sooner. Whatever the hero of Ishgard requires, we shall not hesitate to provide. This was in regard to the heretic killer who left those awful memoirs, yes? Your request shall be given the highest priority. Pray understand, however, that records of objects seized in the previous century are not immediately at hand. It may take some time to scour the archives. Just like that, huh? A moment ago you were ready to cast me out into the snow. Perhaps you should take Arya on a tour of the city. I'll stay here with our new friend and help guide his search. I suppose we should just be in the way. We would just be in the way here. Could we go to the last vigil? I hear the view is spectacular. This is amazing. I was told you could look over the entire city from here, but I couldn't wait to see it for myself. So we are fond of high places then? If I come with a view such as this, I am. I would ask why you keep asking me that, but I'm afraid the answer would lead to even stranger questions. To be honest though, I wanted to burn this first sight of Ishgard into my mind, to fill the empty spaces in my memory with wonderful vistas. When you first rescued me, I knew not who I was or where I belonged. As I've said before, I scarcely felt that I existed. But the well of my memories is no longer empty, though it has been but a small fraction of my life. My journey with you has shaped me into what I am now. So you can understand why I'm so eager to return to our training? Wet magic has given me the power to fight against the fate that would have left me hollow. Serenia, Arya, we learned the resting places of Lilith's prison. As incredible as it may seem, the coffin from your dream matched the description of a heretic's box, purple lines and all. The Inquisitors were apparently so unnerved by its foul energy that they cast the thing into a ravine. The place in question is known by the delightful name of Witch Drop. It is to be found in the Curva's Central Highlands, swarming with voidsent or so I'm told. Shall we? Good old Witch Drop. Where they make that witches test, you know. Throw them in, if they survive, they weren't evil people or something. So throw them into the abyss and, yeah. if I crash and die on the ground, they were good people and can be properly mourned, and if not, they are monsters and that you need to be killed. Do you feel that? It's the whole arena is pulsing with evil. The chasm is crawling with fiends, just as described. Are they drawn by Lilith's dark presence, I wonder? Let us descend into the depths and begin digging. May the very power which attracts the voidsent will help guide our efforts. Oh, you'll be able to follow us down there, won't you, Arya? I seem to recall you had a crippling fear of ghosts and spirits. What? No, I'm fine. There are no skeletons and specters here, so I'll be fine. Perfectly fine. So fine you felt the need to tell me 3 times. Well, considering your current troubles with spellcasting, you'd best stay close in any case. So, there would have not been much damnable snow 100 years ago. Our search would have been far easier before the calamity. I told you I'm fine. There are no ghosts here that I can see. Perfectly, completely fine. You maybe? Snowmount? Are you a Mackay box? No. Are you a Mackay box? No. What about you? You need longer. An ominous coffin lies buried beneath the snow. Let me guess, it's broken. Only one bearing my blood gift may break the seal. Slay this pretender. Thrall to pain. So, Arya must open it. You found it already? You must have soon. Under a shallow mound of snow, you say? Extraordinary. Only one bearing my blood gift. Could this mysterious voice belong to Lilith herself? Let me try opening the coffin. If the voice is telling the truth, then I'm the only one who can. Very well. Serenia, lead us to your dig site. Well, that's a demonic box if I ever saw one. I found myself understanding the decision to drop it into a ravine and never speak of it again. It looks just as it did in my dream. I'm going to open the lid. I can feel the waves of malice even through the wards. This is no lowly imp. Proceed with caution, Arya. Lilith may be in a weakened state, but she's still a queen among her kind. Let us not be caught unprepared. Gods above. At last I'm free of that miserable prison. 1,000 years of scheming cometh to fruition. Yield unto me thy vessel, child, who shalt be host to mine immortal glory. Host, you seek to possess Arya's body? A masterpiece of centuries. For generations have I guided the dreams of my blood-gifted, bringing them together and strengthening their line. When at last the chosen one was born, I sent another to secure my precious vessel. He commanded his own puppets, never knowing he was mine. Lambert. Heed me, child, my darling creation. I am the reason for thine existence, for the entanglement of thy sires, for thy deliverance unto solitude. Do not listen, Arya. Her words are poison. Come, deny not thy destiny. Thy life was molded by my hand. This was always meant to happen? My parents, my uncle, all of it? Don't. Sweet child. Something had to go wrong. Arya, no! This was only the level 68 quest. Something had to go wrong. God damn it, Arya moved as if entranced. Lilith must have some hold over those who bear her blood. It was Arya's dream that led us here, into a trap. If we are to believe that hissing serpent, this meeting was 1,000 years in the making. But all is not lost. See how she did not immediately claim Arya's body for her own? From what I understand of such things, in order to possess a mortal host, Lilith must conduct a ritual of exacting preparations. There is time yet to deduce the location to which she fled. Let us return to the pillars and consider the possibilities. Lilith's words yet echo in my ears. They know not thy destiny. My life was molded by my hand. Arya became a red mage to gain control over her fate, and I will be damned if we abandon her to this one. But first things first, we must expend every effort toward finding the place where a voidsent has taken our colleague. The ritual preparations will not take forever. With heart and steel. Serenia, I've decided we should go to the Thaumaturgist Guild in Ul'dah, for help with tracking down Arya, of course. I've been doing some research into voidsent and possessions, and I suspect the process is not a simple one. Even so, I doubt we have a time for me to become a fully fledged expert on the subject. We need one, right now. The Thaumaturges are one of a few organizations familiar with our quarry. Considering how they are also the modern successor to the arcane knowledge of Mark, their shelves may even hold ancient lore that could tell us more about Lilith. Let us be away. Asareni, I've just been explaining our woes to Prelate Yayake here. Welcome to the Thaumaturges Guild. I shall do what I can to aid you. The tomes with passages pertaining to the voidsent Lilith are all forbidden occult works, abhorrent volumes chained to the shelves in our deepest archives, never again to see the light of day. I'll just pop back there and grab one or two. If you could wait over there for a moment. By far, she's even more sinister than I imagined. With no mention of her presence in the past millennium I had thought Lilith destroyed, it would seem she's very much alive and exceedingly dangerous. The most fearsome aspect is the power to enslave a person's will. If we include all those with even a whisper of her essence within their veins, she has slivered inside the minds of a veritable army. The sigil employed by this Lambert of yours is a second-hand manifestation of Lilith's ability. He would but need to coat a tool with his tainted blood and engrave her name in the flesh of his victims to create the unthinking puppets you described. And that is but a faint echo of her true power. Correct. A power she will not hesitate to bring to bear on mortals she so despises. Archmagus Calovise made doubly sure of that when he lured her into a trap. As well as a talent for draining the life force of her prey, Lilith is also known for spitting venom. A truly hideous opponent. But the Archmagus came prepared with potent antidotes. Undone by her summoner's treachery and the limitations of her mortal host, Lilith found herself divested of her beloved rod and sealed inside a Mage sarcophagus. And then spent the next 1,000 years plotting her revenge. It is as you say. But mere freedom is not her endgame. Above all else, I imagine Lilith desires a form which allows her to manifest the fullness of her terrible power. She means to reinvest her soul within the perfect vessel and thus enhance the strength of her incarnations by an order of magnitude. The perfect vessel. Lilith carefully orchestrated Arya's conception over the span of centuries. If they do not oppose her now, I dread to think what havoc such a cunning and powerful fiend could wreak upon Eorzea. Look what she's accomplished already. So subtle were her manipulations, but not a single one of the Nightkin realized her plan or sought to destroy her. Well, this has all been very enlightening, but we are still no closer to finding Arya. Have you any idea? In order to invest herself within a new host, Lilith will need to recreate the conditions of her original summoning as faithfully as possible. Alignment of the stars, weather, location, that sort of thing. The location I can tell you. Assuming the ground itself hasn't fallen into an abyss, Lilith will have taken your friend to a summoning circle in the ruined city of Mark. Been there. So you've been to the Weeping City? No getting there without an airship and a pilot, huh? Oh, but don't worry, we know the very person who can help us on that count, Deputy President Jessie of the Garland Ironworks. I shall contact her immediately. I've been in touch with Jessie. After that assassination business, as she puts it, she was more than happy to lend us a company ship. Prelate Yayake, you've been an immense help. How can we repay you? That won't be necessary. The guild was already richly compensated by a certain merchant. He requested we aid any mages of the Red who might happen to seek our knowledge. Are you acquainted with Master Wilkin? It would seem he has been quite generous in spreading his wealth around Ulda to ensure you encounter no refusals or inconveniences. Man, that was ages ago. But thank you, Master Wilkin. Well, the gratitude of a wealthy merchant is a fine thing to have. Right, 'tis time we're off to Revenant's Toll. Jesse will be waiting. Don't forget to stock some antidotes. I'd be terribly disappointed to hear you died to Lilith's venom after the tale I told you. Okay, antidote. Do I have some? I don't think so, right? You know, I think I just make some. When they are high quality, and that is better than normal ones, because shorter cooldowns in general. Be right back and we see us in Revenant's Toll. Okay, and it's probably best to put the antidote in. Hey Jesse! Jesse seems determined to pilot the craft herself. We'll find the airship moored over by Silvertear Lake, apparently. Soon told me the story and I have an airship ready to fly. I'll pilot you into the swamp myself. I said I would return the favor to Arya and I don't go back on my promises. Shall we go? I'm moored to the northern bank of the lake. Serenia, the plan is simple. We cut through the ruins as quick as we can and unleash merry hells on the voidsent queen. The outcome of this battle will decide Arya's fate. Bring everything you have and make sure that includes a vial or two of antidote. Ready then? Got your gear? Emptied your bladder? We make straight for the ruins of Mark. Interesting that we apparently now go into a raid instance, normally. All about Fox. I don't know about this demon witch, but you sent her back. But you send her back to Void. I want to see Arya safe and sound. Lilith only has one chance at this ritual, but once she knows we are there to stop her, she may begin the ceremony anyway, conditions be damned. If that happens, then we must defeat the fiend as she forces her soul into Arya's body. We will triumph over Lilith and free our companion from her curse. We must rescue Arya before it's too late. Swift and sure, there's no time for subtlety. Oh! Thanks, Rune. I hit hard. I felt that insidious aura before. Lilith is here. some vermin, this vessel is mine. The alignment is so perfect, but it shall suffice. Venom, just as we anticipated. Century I've planned this moment. Your skulls will adorn. Okay. You feed me beaten infernal flames of... Oh, that's so great. Down? Down. Arya, Lilith is slain. Come back to us now. Damn it, why won't she wake? Where am I? Where is everyone? I see. This is my own mind. I'm being forced aside by that fiend. Yes, accept thy fate, child. Mine own form was destroyed, but within thy vessel has my soul taken refuge. Once thy will has diminished into oblivion, mine essence shall transform this shell. I will rise anew, glorious and complete, and then shall I wreak my vengeance upon all the children of man. Seek not to defy me, my darling creation. Surrender to the void. Surrender to me. Lilith created me. I have to accept this fate. It was what I was always meant to be. Forgive me, Serenia. There are so many more memories I'd hoped to make. Farewell. No, this cannot be all there is. I want more. I want to live. Do not torture thyself, child. Your will is forfeit. Thy fate is sealed. I decide my own fate. Arya? Welcome back, my friend. Soon? Serenia? Look out, Lilith is still here! Your soul is safe now. Lilith is gone. You triumphed over her at the last. A chance I wouldn't have had if you had not destroyed her in the flesh. With a stout heart and the power of red magic, there is no foe we cannot overcome. As the two of you have so aptly proven. Now, let us put this dreary ruin behind us. But have a care for your surroundings, this old city is home to more than sinister voidsent. I was caught in a moment when we set off, but I'd sooner not steer a ship anywhere near that place again. We did it, Serenia. It was a hard-won battle, but your heart and steel carried the day. And we must express our gratitude to Jesse for conveying us to the ruins in the first place. I was but returning the favor. Unlike certain presidents I could mention, I don't like to leave the books unbalanced. Now, I'd best be getting this girl back to the company docks, so this is farewell for me. Take care, Jesse, and thank you. Shall we head back to town then? I'm not flying you to the toll, you lazy bugger. You have to walk. That was not what I intended to do, but... Thanks, Jesse. When were we last in Revenant's Toll? It seems like a lifetime ago. There's not like a successful rescue attempt to put a smile on my face. It is wonderful to have our companion back, safe and sound. It's wonderful to be back. I cannot wait to begin my training once more. Arya, about your training. Surely you felt the change within yourself? Your proclivity for spellcasting was a property of Lilith's blood. Now that her corruption has faded from your veins, so too has your aptitude for the arcane. Yes, I feel the difference. My ether is so weak now that I doubt I could cast even the simplest of magics. I wondered how you would take the news, but you seem almost happy. I am. This way I get to study magic from scratch and know that all my achievements will be truly mine. Of course, this means I have a lot more work to do before I can catch up to Serenia. But having such a distant goal will be what pushes me to endure the training ahead. I'll be waiting. I'll get there one day. You have a heart of a red mage, that's for certain. Start yourself off with the basics of thaumaturgy and conjuring. A foundation you build yourself will be far more stable than the instinctual power you possessed before. And when you've grasped the fundamentals, I can start you training in wet magic again. I look forward to that day soon. As for you, Serenia, you've grown stronger than ever. You've known for some time now the magics of a red mage are fueled by the caster's own ether. The potency of your spells is a reflection of your indomitable spirit. And I dare say that the soul crystal you bear will reward your dedication to the art by granting you new knowledge. Thus concludes my stint as mentor for the now. Serenia, you have graduated from my lessons, and Arya, you must ready yourself to begin all over again. You have flung yourself into revolution's smoldering ashes, and all throughout Alamigo have new fires begun to flare. With you in the van, I have no doubt that my homeland will soon bask in the light of liberation. Soon? You speak as if you mean to leave us. I must return to my pilgrimage, but fear not, those who defy the tides of destiny are always drawn together, sooner or later. And so this is not farewell, merely a temporary parting of ways. Eagerly do I await the day our paths cross again, my friends. The Holy. Enchanted. Stone ready. Become a stone ready increases to 100% if black mana is higher than white mana at time of execution. Your unyielding mastery of a red calls forth new power within you. This is the Wet Mage quest for Stormblood, and you must be in Shadowbringers. You must complete the role quest, A Tearful Reunion. And the next quest is from Arya. Well, on arrival. Sue may have left on his pilgrimage, but he sounded certain that we'd all meet again someday. Rather than wait for Destiny's intervention, however, I'd be glad to have you visit from time to time. We can compare spells and see how much further I need to go before I can finally catch up to you. Yeah. And with that happy note, let's end this episode, and until next time, when we play more Final Fantasy XIV. Oh, I totally forgot. Equipment. We got equipment. So this looks like... The equipment soon has, yeah. Oh, looks nice. So we're finally on his level, huh? Okay, but this time really. Until next time.